has their like freshman year of college roommate story. I think I have a story that might give you your run for your money also. First of all, like the way that selection process works, I think is really weird. Like they give you like 3 questions and then pair you up with someone for the whole year. It was like, do you smoke? Are you clean or messy? And that was it. Actually, 2 questions, I think. And I didn't know if I was clean or messy, so I put clean, I think. And they paired me with this guy who was the exact opposite of me. Like to describe myself a little bit, I guess my friends would say that I'm pretty like youthful and like juvenile. I don't know, like I'm like a kid and I'm a little oblivious sometimes and energetic and maybe like at the time like a 13-year-old trapped in an 18-year-old's body. So my roommate was like a 40-year-old man trapped in an 18-year-old's body. Things that he liked to do, he loved to like discuss politics and read French literature and listen to classical music, stuff that, as I get older I like, but at the time didn't really appeal to me very much. So we didn't have much to say to each other. So our room, we had this little 2-person S-shaped dorm room. So we had kind of our beds in the back, and then this little like aisleway, and then our desks at the front by the door. And so we didn't talk much, and didn't have much in common. And a few months into the year, one of our friends on the hall comes up to me, and we're talking. I don't remember what we're talking about, but he comes up and she's like, "Oh, you know that your roommate is a chronic masturbator, right?" And I go, "No, I didn't know that. No, I have no idea." She's like, "Oh yeah, just masturbates all the time." I'm like, "Okay, weird." So I'll start looking out for this. So sure enough, that evening, I go back to the dorm room and walk in, and so the way he's normally positioned in the room, he's like sitting in his bed, and he's always got, every day, every afternoon, he's got CNN on mute on our little TV, and then classical music blaring, and then he's got his little laptop here on his bed, and he's just like typing away, looking at CNN. And so I open the door and walk in and notice, and maybe this has been happening every time, but I notice that he just has his shirt pulled over his like groin area as he's typing away on his computer. And I'm like, oh, that's pretty weird. And so I keep, every day, same thing. Every time I go in, I see his shirt pulled over this. And so I'm like, that's weird, but that's not hard evidence. I'm going to get hard evidence. I actually did not witness it. So one day I'm at my computer. My computer faces away from his bed towards the door. And I'm at my computer, I'm like playing video games or, I don't know, listening to some punk rock band or something. And I turn around very quietly, not like innocently, but I don't make a lot of noise as I turn around. And this time I get a complete visual. And he is on his bed masturbating. And I'm in the room, but this is not like normal. I'm sorry if this is too graphic for anyone. Earmuffs. This is not like normal like masturbating. This is some weird like tantric thing. It was like a jellyfish motion. Like I just saw his hand going up like this. It was really weird. So I like turned away. Like okay. Also, I'm kind of non-confrontational. I didn't want to like talk to him about it, so I'm like, I need to figure out a way to make this stop without him ever knowing that I saw that. So my new strategy is every single time I enter the room, I will pretend like I'm fidgeting with that block for like 3 minutes before I can enter the dorm room, and hopefully he will like have time to put it away and stop masturbating while I'm in the room. So I do that. I'm like fidgeting, and I go in, and sure enough, he's still there with his shirt over, and so I'm like, oh my god. So that plan doesn't work. He still does it. So my next plan is to start leaving the door open as I like enter and exit, so that hopefully the hallway door is open and he will stop. But that actually made things worse, because not only did he not stop when I left the door ajar, he would keep going, but also there was a mirror on the back of the door. So now at my computer, I would have a direct, even when I'm facing away from him, a direct line of sight. So anyway, it happened all year. I did not confront him ever. My solution was I started, my girlfriend lived down the hall, and I just spent every night in her room basically, and never confronted it. Kind of ironically, the next year I became an RA, and my job was to mediate roommate conflicts, and I never did anything myself to mediate But yeah, so that is my experience with someone else's daily grind.